Yo, what it do, man? This is your boy North End Floyd, man. This is the Kickback podcast, man. This is episode 126, man. It's been a few weeks, the boy been gone for a few weeks, but man, we go forever rock out. We go forever give y'all some dope episodes and stuff like that. But today, man, we got a dope episode, man. You know what I'm saying? It's about our good men getting passed up. Our good men out there getting ran over and passed up. Are y'all ladies doing the good men out there bad? It's more females out there in the world. And it's kind of hard to get a good man. So if y'all see a good man, are y'all passing them up on one thing? You know what I'm saying? We go chop it up with the guest today. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna have a great conversation. And if y'all want to tap in or whatever, you got the number down below right there. Bang. 409-233-0017. If y'all want to call, if y'all agree, if y'all disagree, or if y'all just want to call and give y'all perspective on the conversation that we talking about, y'all can do that. Y'all don't have to give your real name. You don't have to call and tell where you're from and all those type of things and stuff like that. And also, man, you can check this out on YouTube. You can check this out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever you listen to a podcast or whatever. I'm there. All right. So anyway, man, let me bring on the guest, man. Uh what it do, Brandy? What it do, Bear? What's good with y'all today on this
Hello,
Friday
what's
night?
up?
What's
What
good?
up?
Oh, okay. They already chiming in. Kaylee Bailey say she can't find a good one. Kaylee, hey, I don't know what you looking at. You know what I'm saying? Where you looking at? Where are you going? I hope it's not the club. Because I don't think you might can, but I don't think the club is a good way to find a man if you in the
Was that
club.
what she said? No, that's not what
He
she
ain't
said.
saying I'm just,
Okay.
hey, some of them like to turn up in the club, and that's not what a good man tend to be at. But what's up? What's good with you, Bear? What's up, man?
Shoot, chilling my dog, just trying to get things right back with the podcast, Just
Mm,
Bear With Me
yeah,
podcast, available on every
you just
streaming service out there, pretty
you just
much.
put out the second episode.
Yeah, second episode of season two, man. I just dropped that one, man. It's probably
Yeah.
a little late if you listen to it now, it's still going to be pretty good for you though, because it's all about Valentine's Day, what you're going to do for your person,
Mm, mm.
and not even just for people who are together, even for those people who are, who's single out there, just because it's Valentine's Day doesn't mean you can't do something for yourself.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I checked out your first one, man. The first one's dope. But hey, your voice, bro, your voice belongs
It's
on
a
like
nice radio voice.
man, your
Guys,
voice belong
really, your
on
voice is
TV,
really nice.
radio, or something. Commercials, dog. You is like phenomenal at it, man. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Like,
It is. Like,
I
for
was like, yo, this dude is special right here, man.
Bet
uh,
that. Appreciate it.
okay, Miss Bailey, my bad. She say she ain't meeting a man at the club. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. I was just hoping, you know what I'm saying, that you wasn't meeting a man at the club. And also, we was talking about this on an episode, and I was like, maybe the grocery store, but y'all women, y'all don't even go to the grocery store no more. Y'all are doing the curbside shopping now.
side.
Y'all doing the curbside. Dudes can't even go into the store and be like, they all at the curbside. You know what I'm saying? Dude gonna have to go to curbside, get his order, and just be like, nah, I'm straight, I'm chilling to try to meet a female and stuff like that. It's hard these days for men out there, man.
And women.
Oh, and women too. All right.
Yeah,
Hey,
facts.
Miss Mallory, I appreciate you. I'm glad you're excited to listen. I'm glad you're listening for sure. Tap in with your tap in, communicate with your boy. We go give the feedback and stuff like that. Uh oh, okay. I finally met the man I've been looking for. But I was in a DV. What's that? DV
Domestic
relationship?
violence.
Oh shit. Domestic
Mm.
violence relationship before that and I had to move on. Okay. All right. Man, unfortunately. Yo, domestic violence is never a good thing. Um Also, you could check out a few shows I had on domestic violence. I mean, you had to go back a little bit, but I actually had like a lady. She went through domestic violence, and she went through what I'm saying, the proper channels. She had to put them in jail, and she had a court case, and she told all that. That's a real dope show that y'all need to check out. She was very upfront, and what I'm saying, she told her story, and for sure, it was a good story, and hopefully everything's all right because I think she said they gave him like a year. You know what I'm saying? And I
Okay.
know that year passed or whatever and stuff, but hopefully she out there, she doing good and stuff like that. But You know what I'm saying? Like
Wait, just a second, just to answer her question as far as how to move on.
oh, she said that? Oh, my bad.
Yes, the
Okay.
question was, how do you move on?
For a couple.
So I would just suggest to get counseling if you have the ability to do it through your insurance company. To do that counseling. Also, to surround yourself with supportive people. Tell people that you are in the situation, because a lot of times we don't disclose that to people. So we try to keep things private to protect the other person when we're the ones who really need protecting. So definitely surround yourself with supportive people. Let them know what's going on. Definitely document it with the police. Follow the proper channels, like you said, through the courthouse, and then just focus on yourself. Like, focus on yourself. If you saying you finally met the man you've been looking for, don't hold, don't don't bring up that past situation with the new person. Like, you can explain to him, some of your things, but don't hold that against him, and don't treat him badly, and don't make him pay for what the last person did to you. So that would just be my advice.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, like sometimes like people that past relationships, you know what I'm saying, Harper or stop them from meeting somebody that actually might be the one, you know what I'm saying? Like, you bring like that baggage from the last relationship, and to be honest with you, it's not like really properly healing. And you meet somebody, and that guy might be the one, or that female might be the one, but you bringing that,
you're not ready to move on.
you're not ready, even though you might think you are. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes patience, a lot of people don't like to wait, but patience is sometimes. Look at them old school Jaguars.
Hey Jay.
That's my boy Jay in ATL,
Jay
man. You know what I'm
Size,
saying?
what's
That's
up,
the
homie?
homie right there, Jay. ATL, what it do, my G? You know what I'm saying? Oh, he out there. That's Brandy old stomping grounds out there in the A.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, Brandy used to stump around in that A out there in where you was at? Where you was in West Side Atlanta?
No, it was not on the west side. That's the hood.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I was all over, so I'm not even gonna. I was all over. It was just mostly South Atlanta, south of
Oh,
Atlanta.
okay. Okay. South Atlanta suburbs and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. Shout out to you, Jay, for tuning in. My bro always supporting the kickback and stuff like that. So, you know what I'm saying? The podcast is about our good men getting passed up. You know what I'm saying? So let's just chop it up. We got several different topics, y'all, that we go dive into, but the show is about our good men getting passed up. So let's just top it off with that. Our good men getting passed up. Let me start with the boy Bear, man. Bear, what do you think? Are the good men out there, are they getting passed up for the bad guy, for the what I'm saying, the bad boy and stuff like that? What's up with that, man?
Dude, that's an old school question, man, because that's you know how they used to always say nice guys finish last? You know,
Yeah. Ooh. Yup.
them girls be wanting to go with them bad boys. They want the thug, they want the drug dealer cat. It's
Mm.
that what is that? What do you call that? That like that taboo relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's kind of like that. I mean, but you know, I don't know. I guess it's like the older you get, maybe the more mellow they get, and they realize it's like, okay, well, shoot, maybe this good guy is probably the best guy for me, except for this, with the exception of this old thug guy. This
Mm-hmm.
because the thug guy probably not even available anymore. Now, dude's probably what, sitting in jail or sitting on
Yeah.
his mama's front porch or something like
Oh
that.
man. Yeah, man.
But the good guy, his bank account looks straight. He got his life together. He's
Mm.
just a good guy.
He's going to church every Sunday.
Yeah, going to church every Sunday. Got the
Yeah.
house, got the car, or maybe cars.
Okay, let's
Something like
define
that.
good
And I'm
guy.
not even looking. And I'm even talking about just the
Uh-oh.
materialistic or the financial side of it. I'm just talking about just having his whole mindset just set, just straight.
Yeah, the good guy, the guy that don't like go clubbing all the time. You know what I'm saying? He's a chill guy. He's mild. He's mild mannered. You know what I'm saying? He's humble. He's respectful. He's a good, clean cut guy. You know what I'm saying? He's not edgy. He's just he just does his thing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think a good guy. I mean, you could define it how you
Yes,
want
please
to.
define what is
You
your
could.
definition of a good guy?
I mean, a good guy. Hey, a good guy can be Bear. You know what I'm saying? A good guy could be me. You know.
Right, but I mean, you're just doing surface. I'm just saying, like, because anybody could say I'm good, I'm a good person. We all think we're good people, right?
Okay, so like to dive
But
in. Okay,
what
so
makes a good person? What is your definition of what a good man is?
a
Because
good
you're a
man is
man, so what is a good man?
like really somebody that's thoughtful. You know what I'm saying? Like he tries to understand his woman. He tries to cater to her. He tries to meet her needs and her demands. And he don't always put himself first. He puts her first. You know what I'm saying? He tries
Right.
to make her happy. You know, he try to do all those things and stuff like that. So I mean, I think a good man is just somebody who's thoughtful and who's ready to commit and who's ready to build with that woman. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a good man.
It's like I was saying, a good man is somebody who has his mental well-being just put in
Mm,
order. He doesn't have to be like, perfectly emotionally and mentally stable.
mm,
Even if he's understanding of his shortcomings, and he's good with going through to a therapist. But
mm-hmm.
at the same time, that's what I'm saying is a good man is somebody like another thing that Floyd said is at church every Sunday, or just basically somebody who is connected to God in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Has their priorities in order. That's a good man. And to piggyback on what Floyd said also as well, um, somebody who is making sure that he has his woman's priorities in order. He's looking at her. He's focused on her. He wants to make sure that she has what she needs
Mm-hmm.
as well as we have what we need.
Yeah, and like a female, she like her perfect man, her good man. He might be somebody who was a thug and changed his life around and still a little edgy, and but he changed his life around for the best. But she's like, dang, babe used to be out there doing this thing, and now he didn't change his life around, and now
Yep.
it's all about me and stuff like that. So that might be her thoughts in her mind of a good man for her. So you know what I'm saying? It just really all what the woman thinks. Because look, when we saying are good men getting passed up, so let me say this. I mean, this man can be good. He could check all the boxes and stuff. But this man can have like he can be like a bus driver or something, you know what I'm saying? And not making that much money. And it's this good man getting passed up because that female, like, you know what? He checks all the boxes. He's a good man, but man, he's a bus driver. You know what I'm saying? Like our
I mean, but he
females.
got a job, so
Yeah, but still,
Yeah.
like, he's a good. I know a good dude. He's a band teacher. Well, I think I'm saying he's a good dude. I don't know. I'm just going. I'm just. I think he's a good dude, and he's a band teacher. He's
yeah.
getting passed up by women. I don't know if it's the looks. So is it 50-50?
Yeah, so initially with anything, men and women, the first thing that we're gonna notice is looks. So
Looks.
Yeah.
sadly, men and women, because it ain't just men, so I'm gonna speak up for our ladies. We all that's what's initially you're gonna see is
Right.
looks. I think it depends on where you are in your life. Um, so when we're younger, we go more for, the swag and different things like that. I think as you get older, you start to realize like what's important, how you want to be treated and things like that. But I think some people still have negative influences on what they believe is good or what they think is lame, or because of your past, right? So I've been in relationships where I don't yell, I don't fight, and the person's like, well, I wish you would care, I wish you would give a damn. And I said, well, what makes you think I don't give a damn? Well, that's because I'm not yelling, fighting, throwing, and everything else under the sun. You know what I mean? So different people have different ideas of what is attractive to them. Some people don't like boring. Boring is you don't go nowhere, you stay in the house, you don't do this, you don't go to the club, you don't smoke, you don't drink. Like, it's about that person's mindset. Where's that woman at in her life? What does she want for herself?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then also, I think a lot of times we date who we think that we can get. We date where we are in our lives. So if we don't feel good about ourselves, if we don't think we're worthy or deserving of something, then we're going to go for a person that we think we deserve.
Oh, so
I don't,
let me ask you this, not to interrupt you. So where a woman at the point of her life that determines
no, men
a
and
good
women.
man.
It ain't, no, I'm saying men and women. It's us in general, like where we are in our lives. Like if we don't feel,
Determines the good or
yeah,
the good man or the good
because
woman.
Yeah, I mean, if you think back, it was a while ago. I saw, what was it, Peppa, and she said she passed up Will Smith because he was too nice, he was
I
too
remember
good of
that.
a guy. But she got with Tretch, and then she got beat. You know what I mean? Like that's what you think you
I
deserve.
remember that. I remember that.
You know what I mean? So it's like that's where she was in her life. Of course, now she regrets it, but that is where some people are. What I will say as far as why I have passed up quote unquote good men
Oh,
is because it may have been personality like issues. It may have been, okay, you're good on paper. Yeah, you got a job, you got a house, you got this, but you're an adult. That's what we're supposed to have. So you don't want to go out on dates. You don't want to do this. You don't know how to communicate. You don't have the personality. There's nothing. It's just like, okay, I like you, you like me. So that's not enough for me. You know what I mean? Like everyone is different, but that person didn't really feel like, that I can't. It was more or less like I felt like I was dating a woman. Like it was
really?
had some tendencies that I was like, dude, like you complain more than a woman type situation.
You know what? Like, I kind of feel you on that certain points, what I'm saying, like the guy doesn't want to go out. See, like me personally, I don't do clubs or whatever. But
Well, it don't have to be that. It's a date. You can take, you can take your lady on a date. You can do certain things. Even if we never leave the house, like you can do nice stuff inside the house. You can cook dinner. You can make stuff romantic. You can do both. You can do all kind of stuff. It's just about how you treat that person. So if you're not emotionally available, because there are people who are not available, and it does stem back to childhood, how they grew up, what they saw as love, and then they don't know how to give that out, or they've never been with someone that either required that of them because of their looks, so they're just relying solely on their looks, or they literally just don't know how. And there are some good men who don't know how to date, or they feel like,
you know what?
I am the catch. So I know that there's so many other women out there. So I'm going to, try to get all my options and see who I feel like is the best or who is the best that I can get, and it could be chemistry. Like you could be a good person, but there's nothing between us.
To be honest with you, I think like with the internet and everything, I think it's kind of like not knowing how to date. Like that's like lack of effort. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, it's kind of easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, you take out the dinner, nice place, just dress up, smell good. And
But there
that's
are
not
people like
really
that.
that's not really hard. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as the
It's not.
conversation, doing the dinner, that might take a little, a little effort on that part. But as far as like, what I'm saying, not knowing how to date, that's just, I think that's like lazy on the man's part as far as like, not being
But there are,
spontaneous
I'm
and
just saying,
innovative.
like from experiences, there's just multiple levels of what you experience out there. So, I mean, I have dated people from that don't have money to people who got money way up here. And it don't really matter. It's about who you are, your character as a person, and just because you make money, just because you have a job, it's about how do you treat me? How do you feel about family? What are your goals in life? What do you want to do with yourself? It's not enough to just say, well, I got a job. We all need to have a damn job.
Yeah, for sure.
So, you know what I mean? So a lot of it is attraction. A lot of it, some women, which I would think in my 40s, I would hope that women still aren't caring about what their friends think. But I know when you're younger, sometimes you don't date certain people based on
The opinions of
what
others.
my friends think.
Yeah.
He's lame. I mean, I've had people I've dated where I've had family members like, where did you find him? Why are you talking to him? Because he wasn't attractive to them. But that doesn't mean that I don't like him.
Yeah. And you know what? On my page, not to cut you off, on my page, I made a post as far as why do men hide the fact that they like BBWs and stuff like that. And a lot of people was like, who's doing that? Who ain't nobody doing that? Yes, guys are. You know what I'm saying? Guys are hiding the fact that they like BBWs. Now, all BBWs are not created equally for sure, but still men are hiding the fact that they do like them because the opinions of others, the opinions of their homeboys, the opinions of other females saying like, oh, you dating her and stuff like that. So it does really factor in. And, you know, it was just people that was in denial saying like, nobody's hiding that. Oh, yes, they are, bro. Like for sure. Like, come on. But,
Yeah, people really care too much about what other people think instead of dating someone that is best for them. You know
And
what
it's
I
not even
mean?
just
Like,
friends.
what do you what did you say?
I'm just saying it's not even just friends' opinions. It's opinions of like anybody. You know, it's just like,
mhm,
say for instance, you're dealing with somebody who has who's worried about their outward appearance toward or how people view them with anybody who's out there. And the last person that they're really concerned about is actually the opinion of the person who they're dating, which is or who they're with, which is just the craziest thing in the world to me. But I've seen that multiple times, too many times. And
mhm,
it's ruined far too many good relationships that I've seen that could have been so much more. But like again, they ruined it because they worried more about the opinion of people who are outside of the two of them, which is ridiculous. Whether it be family, whether it be friends, whether it be people at their church, or whether it be just some random person at the grocery store, you know, just any weird acquaintance that you run into, all of a sudden they're putting it up for front in front of
mhm.
everybody. But then when you get behind closed doors, gloves are off. And it's just
Yeah.
Right.
like, come on.
Um,
And
I
I'm
like.
sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say to what Jason Sides was saying as far as to like learning a person before you get into a relationship. I think a lot of people, I think a lot of people have those problems because I don't think they ask the proper questions. As far as like, you know, like what do you want to do in this relationship? We're talking. What is your goal? What do you see as far as us doing? Do you want to have fun or whatever? I think a lot of people what they do is just they start dating. The next thing you know, they're having sex, and then they're together, and they don't even ask the proper questions as
Right.
far as like
The
where do
long
you
term.
see our what do you see our future? Do you want to have more? Do you want to have kids? Like what do you want to live? Like what's your goal? Do you want to go back to school? Like you know like I don't think those questions get asked. I think a lot of people what they do is they get in a relationship with where they start talking, and before you know it, they're in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And
They
then
want to ask the questions after the baby comes. Now let's make this family
exactly,
and let's make it work. And we got to make it work now because we're
It's
family.
backwards.
But it's totally backwards. And I will say, I will go back to, I actually did date two people who did self sabotage and talked themselves out of a relationship.
self sabotage.
Self sabotage. They talked themselves out. So one guy was a little bit overweight. He wasn't in shape. I didn't have a problem. I was out with you, so I knew what you looked like. But every time we would go out, he would always make statements about, I bet people are wondering what you're doing with me. And then I'm starting to think, well, damn, what's wrong with you?
Damn,
Because
no confidence.
if you don't think, if you're questioning why what you know whether people are thinking, then I'm going to start questioning that too.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, I'm just waiting for you to like break up with me. So then again, what is wrong? What are you not telling me? What haven't you told me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes people don't feel like they're deserving of love based on their previous relationships, based on what they think about themselves. Back to what I said again, like there are so many different situations, and these were actually good people, but they had their own issues that they had not dealt with, and they were projecting them into the relationship, which ended up causing me to say, I can't do this.
Yeah, man, confidence is such like a attractive thing to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're confident in yourself and it's just to me it's attractive, you know what I'm saying? So I mean,
Oh,
I always you know, I like that as a quality for a woman or you know, just in fact, you know, if you have confidence in who you are, I mean, it's just like okay. And then that factors to opinions of others. You don't worry about that. You don't worry about the opinions of others because you're confident in you know like how you look, what you know, and all those type of things, what you wear and all that. So like for him saying like I wonder, I mean, I bet people are wondering why you with me. That's kind of like all right, dude. So you're saying you don't belong with me, so why are you even dating me? So I
And
mean,
then
right
that
there.
causes me to question, like, well, what is wrong with you? So now I'm gonna
I
start
was just
looking
about to
at
say the same
every
thing.
single thing you're doing and saying, because because in my mind there's something about you that you don't think is okay, or that you don't want me to know about you. And if I find out, I'm going to break up with you.
Yep.
And so you're just hoping I'm going to fall for you. And then by the time I fall for you and I find out, well, I'm already in love, so I'm not going to break up with you because I'm in love. It's like, you know what I mean? So it's like when you have those questions, you can still have conversations and people are like so not honest with you, because I've had that happen before too. Let's lay it out on the table. We had this closure conversation, and then I put my skeletons out there. You accept me. Okay, great. Now you put your skeletons out there, because that way we start with the even slate. We know where we're going. So if anybody says anything to me about you, or, you know, me, we both know, we should know the truth because we got it from the horse's mouth. And later I'll find out, well, actually, I didn't tell you the full truth on that because I didn't think you would stay with me if you actually knew.
Corey.
My bad.
Oh, okay. So I mean, there's so many levels to it. So there is lying, even though they are good. They still do lie. But there are so many good guys out there, just like there's so many good women that they literally don't go anywhere. So it's like, how can we meet you if you literally don't leave the house?
Yeah, and
you don't have to go to a club. You can go to a lounge. You can go, football games, baseball games. You can go to so many different places to meet people. It doesn't have to always be a nightclub.
What kills me is, and you kind of hit on this too, Brandy, is the fact that people will, for some odd reason, lie and think it's okay about who they are at the very beginning. They'll answer the questions that they'll answer your questions, but they'll answer it in ways that they think that you want to hear it. And it's like, or they'll try to portray themselves as who they think you want them to be. And it's like, look, that's not who I'm dating. I'm trying to date and know you, not who you think I want you to be, because
Bear, that's the game too, though.
If that's the case, then I could just draw something up and just go out with that. I mean, this isn't fantasy. This ain't fantasy football.
That's the game too. Like a lot of dudes, I'm not saying. Well, I'm just gonna speak on the males because I don't know about females or whatever.
Yeah. No, you're right. That's both sides. It's male and female in general. It's crazy.
Yeah, guys they gonna cater to whatever what I'm saying. She like, what I'm saying. Oh, you play the piano, man. Like, I love listening to piano music and stuff. Like, guys is gonna really.
But why lie? Like, that's the thing. The truth is gonna come out.
He trying to get her. He trying to. He that's what he trying to do. He's trying to win over. So a guy would try to do whatever it is. Like, oh man, you like broccoli? And he might be allergic to that shit. And he be like, man, I like it. I cooked the other day.
Like, man, I love shrimp. Man, shrimp po' boys. That's my jam.
And your whole face swells up. Yeah.
Throw closing up on your date.
Okay, so look, let's move on, because you know what? Somebody inboxed me. You had a question. Here's the question: what do you do when the communication skills are not there? She's saying, like, her boyfriend, husband, or whatever. She say the communication skills is not there, and she try to let him know about it, and he's still not, putting in the effort. So what do you do when the communication skills are not there?
I would say it's safety. A person probably doesn't feel comfortable enough to talk to you. Sometimes we as women like to, we want to know everything. We got to know everything. In our mind, I don't know why we got to know everything. We just do. So I would definitely just try to make it a safe space to talk, but also watch my tone, watch my body language, watch how I approach, and find a good time to talk. Not when he walks through the door and say, oh, we got to talk, or, oh, I want to talk to you. Or a lot of times we also come being accusatory. Like, we think, well, we already know the answer, so I'm going to come at you. And if you don't say anything that falls within what I think the answer is, then you're lying. You know what I mean? So, and I don't know the whole story that she sent you, but I just think sometimes we need to pay attention as females to our actions, how we're coming off, because sometimes we can be a little bit aggressive when we want to know something. So making it a safe space for him to feel comfortable to want to open up to you. A lot of it could be
exactly
maybe he didn't grow up in a household where he was allowed to have a voice, or the last relationship he was in, if he did speak up, that person was demeaning to him. So it's also finding out, what was your past communication like? And then if she says it's a husband, so I would definitely recommend therapy, so they can learn the proper tools on how to talk, how to fight properly, how to because there is a thing called fighting fair. You can still fight, but it can still be fair where you both are listening. And I think it could be, how is she coming off? I think just take a look at yourself and see, how does he respond when you're talking to him?
Yeah, you got to communicate the understanding. You got to understand what triggers your partner, as far as like the communication wise, what I'm saying? Like with my wife, like sometimes when we argued or whatever, or when we had a conversation, she said certain things, like as far as like when we talked, it made her feel uncomfortable. So for me, I like to communicate to understand. So I communicated where I wasn't triggering her to where she would not like respond at all. You know what I'm saying? So I think you just got to understand your partner. And like you said, like it depends on how you come off. You know what I'm saying? So like as far as like him not trying to communicate, yeah, like you said, you got therapy. But if they don't want to go to therapy, because a lot of people for some reason they shun therapy, as far as like, I'm not doing that or whatever. But I think you just really need to let that person know, like, look, I'm not trying to lose you, and I don't want you to lose me, but eventually it might head that way, as far as us not communicating. I mean, it's not going to work. We have to communicate to have this relationship. And like, you got to ask the question, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about losing me because of something that we could have easily fixed or stuff like that? So and now at the beginning of the relationship, if they're not communicating, then hey,
that's a red flag for me.
Yeah, that's definitely a red flag. Like, hey, you ain't communicating.
They don't want to answer questions.
Yeah,
be evasive and defensive. That's automatically a red flag.
Yeah, you gotta pull the conversation out of them and stuff. Like, it gets awkward during those silent moments and stuff. Like, oh, this guy's really not saying nothing, or this female is really, but like, to be honest with you, a lot of people don't know how to communicate properly. So I mean, that's a big deal too.
But that is why I understand we in the Black community don't like therapy, but that is why we do need to seek therapy, because we did not grow up in the best households. A lot of us, not all of us, but we didn't grow in the best household with communication. We see all those acronyms online, and all of us can read them. And if we know how to read them, that means that those things were said to us, and they were not very positive things that were said to us. So, and a lot of people are brought up in single parent households. So if a mother is talking crazy to her son, like, just imagine the trauma that he's dealing with. And then now he's supposed to know how to communicate when he gets in a relationship, because his mother didn't teach him those skills. He didn't have a daddy to teach him those skills. Not making excuses, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of this, everything always goes back to our childhood, because we never learned the proper tools, and then we're just set free in the world, and we're just winging it. We're winging it. And then if she didn't grow up in a healthy household of communication, and she saw her mom always yelling at her dad, and her dad was just very passive, and he would just kind of walk away. There's so many levels to it. So definitely the therapy is to help you to gain those skills. Even if he doesn't want to go, you can still go for yourself.
Yes.
And you can learn, because
that's a good point.
It may not be him. It may be you. If he's shutting down, it could be how you're approaching him.
Yeah. I think as far as a guy, like, I'm just going to speak for me. Like, my goal is like to make like my wife as comfortable as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like the mood, like whatever, like, what I'm saying, where she can just open up and just say whatever, and just, it's just like the vibe is there. Like, she don't have to hold nothing in. Like, she knows she can express whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's good or bad and stuff like that. So I think like making her comfortable is like the main thing, like a man should want his female to be, as far as like to have like a healthy relationship. You know what I'm saying? You want her comfortable, because you want her to open up to you. And you know what I'm saying, that's how you can properly, as far as relationship, like if y'all do have arguments and stuff like that, and you could probably have that conversation with her because you know how you feel, you know her or whatever. So, and then, be honest with you, like if you're together for a while, to be honest with you, start thinking alike. I'd be like, babe, what you want to eat? I'm finna go to Salada. She's like, you know what? I was just finna say that. Like, damn, you got that connection and stuff like that because you're communicating and you understand each other, and it's just there. So okay, yeah, Charles, yeah, you should both be comfortable for sure. Yeah, no doubt. But I was just speaking on like as far as the man, as far as like wanting his female comfortable. Yeah, you should definitely make a team effort, a collaborative effort to having each other comfortable where they can express each other feelings towards each other and stuff like that. So
yeah, that kind of ties back to that whole happy wife, happy life type mentality.
oh
It's
yeah.
not just being the fact that she has to be happy for us, for everybody to be happy. I got to be happy for us to everybody to be happy too. So it's got to be like Charles was saying, it's y'all both got to be comfortable. So y'all both got to be happy too. Y'all both got to be looking to lift each other up and make each other happy.
Yeah, for sure. It's a team effort, man.
Yeah, it's a
And
team
what's
effort,
what's
for
the
sure.
point of being in the relationship if we can't communicate, if we can't be comfortable with each other? What are we doing? Are we just going through the motions? Like, if that person is your person, and you're, especially if you're in the same house, like that's your safe space. You put on that front. We gotta, we all gotta put on that front for work, and we gotta be getting along, but we shouldn't be coming home taking it out on our partner. We should be,
yeah, for sure,
being able to feel comfortable enough to let it all out, talk to that person, and make sure that person feels safe enough to discuss that. And then we're not judging that person.
Yeah,
Give them the opportunity to speak. And then sometimes you can say, hey, do you want me to respond, or are you just wanting me to listen? Do you want a solution, or are you just looking to vent? You can give them that opportunity, and then let them know, let them tell you what they're needing in that moment.
Yeah, for sure. Stacy was like, happy spouse, happy house. For sure. If the spouse happy, the house, you know what I'm saying, the house is happy. That's how it is over here, man. She happy, blood is going down. Charles Affer said, that's me and baby, we think just alike. We've been together a long time, so our communication is more telepathic. For sure. Yeah, you get that like that, man. Shout out to my boy Charles Affer and his wife. They've been together for a long time. That's what's up. Kat said, what if the relationship feels too perfect? That's because you've been in toxic relationships. You know what I'm saying? You got to properly heal. You got to understand that you deserve something perfect. You know what I'm saying? If you've been in those toxic relationships and that dog and all that, and you go through that, and then you finally get that good relationship, it feels perfect. But you look, do not run that person off, because then you'll be like, dang, he was a good guy. But you're so used to the toxicity, you know what I'm saying, that you're going to bring it into the relationship and it's going to affect it. So just understand that, yeah, you deserve something perfect. It's supposed to feel perfect. You know what I'm saying? That's how a healthy relationship feels. It feels perfect.
It
you know what I'm
should feel
saying?
good, not
It
should have
should feel good.
anxiety.
Yeah, so Joy,
walking on eggshells.
Yeah, so J Cat, you know what I'm saying? Look, embrace it because you deserve it. If it feels perfect, don't be trying to, do no detective work on him and do all that and seeing if he being sneaky because it feels too perfect. Nah, just,
That's that self-sabotage, Brandy.
Yeah, for sure, Barry. Don't self-sabotage the relationship, J Cat. If it feels perfect, then accept that because you deserve that,
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And let me go back to what Jay Side said, because he said we was talking about telling the truth, and he said something about it was kind of funny. He said like he tell a person like, yo, I got 6 kids and like
2 baby mamas
2
and
baby
ex-wife.
mamas. So yeah, he say, you got to be straight
Put it
up.
all out there. Put it all out there.
Yeah, for sure, because she go find out sooner or later, Jay. Eventually she go see the kids. She go be like, hey, you didn't tell me about
like, dang, you got another one?
Yeah.
I thought you only had 3.
Yeah. Yeah, where all these kids coming from? Oh, it's my weekend.
Who's this one? That's another baby mama?
Yeah, it's the weekend, I told you to come over, but we finna all have a family movie night, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't want you to think it was just gonna be us, so
But yeah, so according like what he's saying, give that person the opportunity to choose. Like I don't want somebody staying with me because I manipulated them into thinking I was something that I was not. Like if I put it out on the table and you still choose to stay with me, then I know you really with me for me. And because I was honest, hopefully you respect me enough for my honesty. But then also that shows how we communicate and how I expect to be communicated with. So that way going forward, okay, well, damn, she did tell me this, and that was probably hard for her, but she did tell me. So let me tell her. You know what I mean? So like we can still be vulnerable with each other as long as we're not judging each other.
Yep.
Man, you know how attractive that is, though. To open up for them to open themselves up to be vulnerable to you like that and just let you know, hey, this is what's going on, and this was hard for me to let you know about this. That's dope. I'm serious. That's dope
But
for me. I'm just like,
it
look,
don't go both ways. That's the sad thing.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's the bad part about it. That's why I'm just like, look, that is dope. If you open up from the jump.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying you got to divulge every single solitary thing on the first 2 or 3 weeks that we together. I mean, but you know what I'm saying? When you just let me know, and like if something comes up and it's just emptied out organically,
I like where you're going with this, Bear. I'm gonna jump in. I said, I like where you're going, man. Keep going. I'm gonna jump in after this.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, like when you're just organically just divulging this information, it's dope because it just lets me know. I'm like, yo, okay, you feeling me. You feeling me enough that you're going to let me know about this stuff that you probably keep secret from virtually everybody else. The only people who might know about this is me, maybe your parents or your closest siblings, and probably your best friend. If you putting me into that group, that's an exclusive group. Everybody has that exclusive group. So if you put me in that exclusive group, that lets me know. Or if I'm putting you in that exclusive group, that should let you know.
Look, if
don't take advantage of that information once you get it. Do not use it against that person.
You can't hold it over their head.
Too many people do that also.
Yep. And that's and to me, if a man opens up to you, women, if a man opens up to you and telling you all this and stuff like that, look, don't take that for granted, because you know what I'm saying, it's hard for a black man to open up and be vulnerable, you know what I'm saying, and tell his female all that, because like you said, man, people use it against you in an argument, you know what I'm saying, or whatever in case may be and stuff like that. So being vulnerable, like telling me everything, and you know what I'm saying, just being open, that makes me comfortable, for me to be open to you. Like if you're open, like, okay, all right, this the vibe we on. Okay, all right, I like how this going. So let me open up to you, and like just like you open up to me. And to be honest with you, now that we're talking about that, when I think back and I'll take like a flashback, like with me and my wife and stuff like that, I used to, when we first started talking, like I would go to our house and we would just sit in the car and we would just like have like dope conversations, you know what I'm saying? We just got to know each other. We'll be in the car for like a couple hours just chopping it up, and we was just open and we was just chopping it up and stuff like that. So that drawing me closer, and it helped build a bond, and it made me want to create a stronger bond with her and stuff like that. So I mean, just being open and being vulnerable. Now you can't do it with everybody, you know what I'm saying? You got to feel the person out. You got to go through your proper, things as far as to do all that. But it's a great feeling, you know what I'm saying, as far as when y'all both open up to each other and you're expressing feelings, and you get a great understanding, and it helps develop a good bond between y'all two.
That's facts.
Yeah, for sure. He said, Stacy said, I'm tired of the Great Wall of China being up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to bust through that Berlin Wall. You got to burst through it, man. You know,
bring it down.
You know what I'm saying?
Tear it down.
Okay, Charles Apple said, I hear you. B was bad. I was like, a little where you was going. Okay. What is that? Kiki Reed? She be on the post. She be on the page. Shout out to her. She said, I also can't use that reason for his behavior.
He, not her.
He. Okay, my bad. All right. I was close for a few seconds. All right, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, man, as far as like the communication thing and stuff. So we was talking about kids, and Jay Side said something about kids. We go move on to the next topic. Do you think that does your value decrease with the amount of kids you have? You know what I'm saying? As far as the dating game, you know, like you think the more kids you have, the more your value decreases. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you got like 8 kids, you know, people are reluctant to they be like, you know.
I
Yeah.
think it's different. It's definitely this is definitely one that goes different for the gender. You know, like it's different for women when it comes to that, and it's different for
Double
men when it comes to
standard.
that. Honestly,
It's definitely a
because
double standard.
I'm just going to speak on it.
You're
What's
not
up?
gonna speak on it?
Yeah, I'm just going to speak on it from my end, from what
Okay.
I see it as a dude.
Yeah.
Um, it ain't fair. But if women have like multiple kids, the stipulation is going to be how many baby daddies you got.
You think that matters if she have like a lot of kids, but one baby daddy towards 3, 4 baby daddies?
If she only had, yeah, if she only has like one, maybe two baby daddies, that's kind of more, quote unquote, acceptable. But if she's got like 3, 4, 5 baby daddies, then that's one of those head scratchers. Be like, all right, I got 6 kids and 6 baby daddies. Be like,
Yeah.
okay. Now, when it comes to a dude, they're gonna be looked at funky too, but it's not as strong towards them as it is towards women. Like a dude have 3 kids, one baby mama. Granted,
It's
they're
just
going
a
to be
red
looked
flag.
at crazy too because they're like, okay, first thing people are going to be asking about them is like, all right, but you ain't got no money because you got all your money going straight towards child support.
Yeah, child support. Yeah,
So
for sure.
that's the stipulation that men have to deal with.
Yeah.
Women have to deal with the fact that you look like you sleeping around when any Tom, Dick, and Harry out there.
Hey,
Men are looked at as you broke.
what do you think about Stacy? Stacy say if you don't have no kids, you're perceived as a red flag.
I'm with you, Stacey. I'm a
Brandy, what you think about
unicorn
that?
as well.
Are you a red flag?
I'm not a red flag. So, okay,
I
what was
don't think people like that are red flags, but I can see where that red flag.
I don't know how
that
we
is
can be
so
red
backwards
flags.
though? Like it's so backwards that okay,
I
It
what
don't
was
is.
the
see
question?
that,
What was the
man.
question? We'll go back to the question. Put the question back up there.
The question, okay.
So I gotta answer multiple of these. Okay. So one, I don't like putting a value on a person and
Okay.
saying that somebody is not worthy of love because something that
Right.
happened in their past. So I don't know who came up with that term. That I don't know. Maybe
Mhm.
Kevin Samuels. Not sure. But I don't like that term to say that someone's value decreases, that they're not worthy of love because of something that happened in their past. Like we all have a past and we all grow from our past, our mistakes and things like that. So hopefully that person, man or woman, has learned from whatever reason they had a child with these multiple people, whether it was just not using protection, whether they let someone convince them they thought they actually were going to be with this person, like, but every single relationship 6 times. No, you can't have a baby with every single person that you're with. So I think it's just a matter of fully understanding what happened in the past. And Charles says he doesn't fight baby daddies.
Well, he said
I don't want to fight 9 baby
So,
daddies.
you don't want to
yeah.
fight, man. They gonna team up on you.
So yeah, I don't think that we should put value on a person to say that somebody, it's just okay, I may not want to date someone that has this many, children or baby mothers. That may be my choice, but somebody else, they may be okay with that. So as far as the red flag, what Stacey is saying, no, it's not a red flag. I think women put a red flag on it more than a man would put a red flag on it. But I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think that different people have different goals in their lives. And like we were talking about before we actually got on camera, a lot of times people have had children when they were younger. Those were not planned pregnancies. So if someone chooses to use protection, if someone is focused on their career, if someone's focused on going to school, or if someone says, hey, I grew up like this and I want a 2-parent household and I'm not going to have children until I have a 2-parent household, there is nothing wrong with that. Like we shouldn't judge people for deciding what is good for their life and what they want their life to be. So no, I don't judge anybody. I don't date people that don't want to have any more children because I want to have a child. So why would I date you if you know what I mean? So it kind of goes both ways.
And that question is happening during dates when you have that when you go out.
Oh, that's the very first question I ask you before we even meet.
Okay.
Because I mean, I've had people, like, if it's online dating, I've had people say, well, I don't want children. Like, is that a deal breaker? And I'm like, yeah, it ain't happening, because that's in my profile saying that person has to want at least one child. So if you don't want a child and you see that this person does want a child, why would you date me? You know, and there are people that do that who will lie because they just, well, I can just get in there. Maybe I can change her mind, men and women.
Yep.
You know, maybe I can convince him, maybe I can trap that person, you know, different things like that. But if something is like, all my deal breakers, I ask like during conversation, because I don't want to waste my time and I don't want to waste your time. So before we even meet, like, if you tell me, oh, I'm just looking to kick it, I only want to have sex, I don't want children, I don't want a relationship, because there are people that are really honest, and I appreciate that brutal honesty. Because let me make a decision for myself. So if I ask you, and I've had people skirt around the question because they're like, okay, well, how can I really don't want children, but I'm going to just kind of tell her in so many ways. But it's like, I've been around long enough to understand you're trying to you know, be evasive. So it's not a red flag, and I don't think that people should judge people to think that a man is gay because he doesn't have children or because he doesn't want to have a child outside of wedlock. Like, if that's the goal that he set for himself, that's his goal, and it shouldn't be any problems. And it does get harder the older you get, the harder it is to meet people who don't have children, or people who want to have children because they've already had all their children.
And I can see why Stacey said that, you know what I'm saying, as far as the red flag, because you know what I'm saying, when you meet people that's older, they generally have kids and stuff like that. So somebody's gonna ask the question like, why do you have any kids? And they're gonna,
what's wrong with you?
Yeah,
people
like,
always ask me that, and I'm like, that's not an appropriate question, especially to a woman. We deal with all kind of issues, and people don't understand that fertility isn't easy for everyone. Like, every woman cannot just magically, everyone's not just fertile myrtle. Okay. So,
stick it in and she's pregnant.
Right. So, I mean, like in my case, right? I mean, I've had people who have proposed. Not proposed. Like, no. Hold on. Let me finish. Like, proposed, well, you know, you want a child, so I can give you a baby. No, we don't.
Oh.
But there are people who would go.
Hold on, you got guys that want to give you a baby.
Yeah, but I don't really think they want to give me a baby. I think it's just they just want to have sex, and the baby just is like, I don't. And maybe it's just me not trusting
sneaky
people.
Guys.
I don't trust them. But I have had offers, and then I have had people that were dating where it's like, and I still would be like, no, like, we're still using condoms. We're not doing because I don't want to just have a baby just to have a baby, because if that's the case, I would have had one by now.
Yeah.
You know, so I think finding someone that aligns with the morals, the goals that you have, then yes, we can do that. But just to be, I've seen a lot of baby mama, baby drama, whatever you call it,
it's
drama.
Real.
So it's like, I don't want that for myself. I'm a product of, I really don't even know how many children my father has, but I know of 13. So I don't want my children to not know their sibling. I don't know all my siblings. You know what I mean? So that's just something for me that I always just took. Like, I don't want my children to have different fathers, but that is my choice. That doesn't mean
that's your choice.
That because the other person has 3 different people, that's it. You know what I mean? Like, my choice is my choice, and that's just because of how I grew up. I don't know my siblings. You know, so I don't want the same thing for my children.
Same. Sure. I grew up in that same situation. You know, I don't know all of my siblings either, but you know, because I got multiple half brothers or sisters out there. I don't even know the full account of them. At least I think I'm I know I'm number 4, but I think I'm like number 4 out of maybe 12 or 13, something like that myself. I mean, Papa
Papa
was a
was a
Rolling Stone.
Rolling
You know what I'm
Stone.
saying?
We might need
So,
to check. We might be siblings because I mean,
you know, I know. Look, when you said 13, the first thing I thought I was
Dang.
like,
Y'all both from the town too. You never
hey,
know, man. God dang.
I'm just saying that's all I
That'll
know of. I don't know how many there actually are. I just
be a great
know
show.
that there are like at least 13 of us. And the ones that I do know, 4 of us are like within 11 months. So a couple of us, 3 of us are the same age at the same time.
Wow.
Like by a couple of months, we're that far apart.
Yo, Mike, your opinion is definitely respected, my brother. You know what I'm saying? All opinions are respected on this platform and stuff like that. But yeah, that'd be a dope show, man. We might have to do it like a little brother and sister.
A DNA fraternity.
You know what I'm saying? That'd be like,
Brandy or
23 and me.
Yo, that'll be dope, man. And you know what? Look, Stacy, I purposely didn't show Stacy's comment because it was the next topic that we was going to talk about. You know what I'm saying? He said he's judging you based on the quality of your baby daddy, and that was the question. That was one of the topics. You know what I'm saying? Who he or she has kids with is important when it comes to dating. What do y'all think about that? Do y'all think look, I'm finna just chime in. Let me go ahead and start. But yes,
Man,
I'm
you
not
go ahead,
dating.
man. Jump on it, boy.
I'm not in the dating field or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? When I was talking to a female, yeah, it was very important who her baby daddies was or whatever. Like the quality of men that you was letting hit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but how long ago is this though? We're gonna really hold them responsible for something that was 10, 15 years ago?
Right.
I mean, yeah, that depends too. But I mean, I need to see your mindset. You know what I'm saying? I need to see the mindset of how you is now. Did you grow or whatever? Because yes, off the bat, you know what I'm saying? I'm judging like, whoa, one baby daddy is in jail for 10 years. Another one is like, you know, still in the streets and stuff like that. So yeah, it's the type of men that you're choosing, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay,
What are you expecting out of this?
yeah. What do you like? I'm not
No,
like
you're
those
saying
guys.
like if she's expecting you to take care of her children because the
No,
other 2 men aren't there.
no,
Well, not even just that.
not that. It's just the quality of the man. So why now? Why have this perspective change? Because this seemed to be your pattern. I'm not part of that pattern. So like, the questions that I'm gonna ask is like, you know what I'm saying, like where her mindset is, what her goals is, what her visions is now. Because what I have seen from you having these children with these type of men, you know what I'm saying, which I would think that was poor decisions. Like why now? You know, like you know, what makes me what makes you want to choose me now? Because like I said, I see the pattern that you have, and like you know, like Stacy say, I'm judging you off your baby daddies, you know. So I mean, what do y'all think about that?
I don't have an answer for that one. I don't know.
I'm kind of co-signing with you on that, Young Hope. I'm just looking at it like, look, why all of a sudden you jump from the streets and all of a sudden now you're trying to jump onto somebody who's got their mind and their life together.
You got to see if they on your level now, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Are you on my level, or are you trying to get something out of this? You know, and when I'm saying, are you trying to get something out of this? Like, are you trying to use me as your fallback or something? You know, or am I like your cheat code?
Yeah.
Am I your just add water and boom, instant family situation? Is that what we're trying to get out of this?
Let me try this guy, see if it's gonna work out. Let me see what these guys like over here.
Yeah. You know, or did you grow? Did you actually grow and you're trying to, you know, make better in your life and you just happen to run across me and I just happen to be that guy?
And you know what's gonna happen? It's gonna be like, what's her name to say? That said, the relationship seems too perfect. This relationship seems, because you used to messing with those guys and now you're messing with this type of guy. So yeah, it's gonna seem too perfect. So now you know what? You ain't properly healed from that relationship 5, 7, 8 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And so now you're thinking it's too perfect and stuff like that. Now you're looking for ways to try to sabotage the relationship and stuff
like Russell and Future and Sierra type situation.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
there's like, I don't know who those people are.
No. Only name I recognized was Future. I was like, huh? Okay.
Russell is But
I don't keep
yeah,
up with celebrity stuff, man. I really don't.
Well, in that situation, Future's a rapper who has, I don't know, 8 or 9 different baby mamas. Russell Wilson didn't have any children. He was considered a good guy. People call him a simp or a lame. And then Sierra was into the
Russ and Sierra, right.
Futures, and now she switched over to Russell.
Right.
And a lot of people think that she's just with Russell because of the bag. That's not really her type of man. A lot of people are saying that she just with him because, it's more like a security thing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying? I respect what they do. I think
I think she learned from that situation.
Yeah,
I think so too. I mean, I at first I didn't hear what you were saying about Sierra and Russ. I just heard different names, but but yeah, I think she kind of grew. I think she grew.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, TR Eve then entered the chat. Shout out to one of my favorite therapists, Miss TR Eve, man. We're gonna be doing something a little later on, you know what I'm saying? We supposed to do like a little live, little mental health thing, Q&As, you know what I'm saying? If y'all have any mental health questions and going through something, we're gonna do a live and you can ask the therapist questions, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say this, right? I don't want to say this, but I gotta keep it real, Instead of you going pay for that therapist and going to that therapy, you could just watch the show and you could just call it, or you could jump on the live and you can ask questions for free. You know how black people is. It's free. You know what I'm saying? You have to go to the therapist.
$3.99.
Even though going to the therapist, your insurance go cover it and stuff like that. But you can avoid all that and you can come on a live and you can chop it up with it and stuff like that. But what did she say? She said, I don't think it's necessarily fair to judge solely off of who they had kids with. In fact, people sleep with me. T.I. Eve, I knew you weren't going to like what we was talking about. Man, I knew she was going to, plus y'all say. Oh, she went in, man. Hey.
No, I don't think any of us are judging them if they're trying somebody better. I think it's just people have in the back of their mind, why are you really talking to me? Do you really like me for me, like Bear said? Or are you looking for, okay, this is security versus, because if you have a pattern, like if I'm the first non-street person, because that's what Floyd uses, the street people. So if I'm the first non-street person that you talk to, well, why are you now suddenly interested in non-street people if that was the type of person that you were attracted to for the last 20 years? And then you're 45 and it's like, you know what? I want to try a banker now.
Yeah. You wasn't with me shooting in that gym when I was going through college and you was overlooking me and all that. And you're like, look at that square. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm hitting them J's, is looking good from a distance. And you like, oh, okay. Like, I like that. That looks good. I want to try that out. Baby. Yeah. But, okay. Courtney was saying, hypothetically, what if you were judged by the personality of everyone?
Unknown caller.
New York in the building. Let me see. This might be a caller. Hopefully it's not an insurance person.
Press 1. To send a voicemail.
New York in the building. Do we have a caller?
Better not be spam.
Yes. Hey, y'all. How everybody doing?
What is
Good
doing?
Hey.
What it do, caller? What you got? What you?
Hey. I'm Kiki. This is Kiki.
Kiki, what it do?
What's up?
Okay, what's up?
How y'all doing?
It's all good.
I was just watching y'all, and the last time the beautiful woman, she was speaking, I can only speak from my perspective as a single mom with kids. And number one, I had my first son young. I was pregnant at 17, had him at 18. Mm-hmm. It was like I guess a religious thing. My mom didn't believe in abortion, so it's like that's what the situation was. So as I got older and I started to mature, the father of my children did not. So that's really honestly what the breakup was about. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't say it's like not the first street. So I guess it also depends on the person's energy. Like energy doesn't lie. You can see where a person's at in their life, mentally, emotionally, through conversation. And, through finances. Do they save? They credit score? Like, you have to see if they came out of or grew from the person that they used to be with, because everybody, have different levels. Maybe at that point in time, that female was like, okay, I'm with the street too, I'm in the street, and that she started to evolve, like, you know what, this is not healthy for my children, not healthy for my life, so let me evolve myself. So it depends on to each his own. So that was it. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, true. And let me clear it up too, because like I said, like the mindset, like even if I do judge off like who your kids was, I mean your kid's parent or baby daddy was, I want to see what the mindset is, you know what I'm saying? Like what's your vision now, like your goals and all that. So you know what I'm saying, the mindset definitely plays a factor, because you know what I'm saying, we wasn't perfect when we was young growing up, and you know what I'm saying.
No.
So I mean things happen. You know what I'm saying? And
Thanks.
sometimes we learn through, experiences, and we get better from it. So for sure, you know what I'm saying? I definitely appreciate you
And her
calling in.
children. You could learn a lot about a woman by her children, how her children behave, especially if,
Yep.
for example,
Oh,
me as a single
facts.
mom, if I'm saying there's no father in the picture, look how my kids act and how we talk to each other. Then you know, like that's right there, how a mother interacts with her children. You'll find out everything you need to know without even having to basically, you know what I'm saying, know about the other parent. How do the children behave? How they talk to the mom? How does she talk to them? What's their interaction like? That right there tell you everything you need to know about the woman. Because if her kids are still acting a certain type of way, then she might be the problem. Hey, like not to say
Yeah,
it
for
like that.
sure.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no
But
doubt.
thank you, y'all. I'm gonna go back in.
All right, thank you for calling.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Thank you.
For sure, for sure. And she right, man, you know what I'm saying? She cleared that up as far as like uh, you know, people grow, people go through things. So,
Yeah,
but I always I like I said, I go by the mindset.
yeah, exactly. It's like what I was saying earlier. I mean, one of the questions that I asked about, when you jump from one type of guy that you've been dealing with all these years, and then all of a sudden you jump to the good guy. I'm just like, one of the questions I asked, like, okay, did you grow? Are you moving on? Are you moving on to a different type because you've learned and you're trying to do better and you're trying to grow and be better? And it's not like, because you're right. I've got people who I know who had kids at an early age, and it wasn't because they were out there, for lack of a better term, hoeing around. It was just because of the fact they just got caught up in a certain situation that they just can't get out of now, and now they have a kid. That's their that was their, I don't know, the result of their situation. But it's not because they were just being foolish and just and stupid or anything like that. So I mean, it's fine. Like I said, as long as, or like we've been saying, as long as you've grown, as long as your mindset has become better, are you still like living that same teenage or early 20s lifestyle?
Hmm.
Then we got a problem. Have you gone to there? Have you not starting to go to any kind of therapy or counseling to better yourself? If you had like some type of issue, then we have a problem. But if you're actually coming from a mindset that, yes, I did have issues, but now I'm growing to be better from it. And like Kiki was saying, you look at my kids. I'm as a single parent. You see my kids, and my kids are acting like they actually have some home training. Then
Hmm.
that's a good sign on you. Forget about the baby mama or baby daddy who's not around and is not taking care of business. If they're not taking care of business and they trifling, it doesn't matter, because what's going on in the house now, apparently with this kid, if their kid is doing right, then that means the baby mama or whoever the primary parent is taking care of business. So yeah, I mean, we say we're going to judge by the person that you have these baby mamas, baby daddies with. It's not saying that we judge each and every individual like that, um, as in a negative connotation. It's all about what growth or what journey have you made since you've been with those individuals, and how are those individuals, if they're still in your life, are they still problematic? Like Charles was saying, I don't want to fight 9 baby daddies, because
Yeah,
that's one of the
no,
first things you think of. If
yeah.
you got multiple baby fathers or multiple baby mothers, there's going to be some type of
Drama.
trauma or
Yeah.
drama or some type of issue that's going to come from that, because everybody always wants to have conflict. Everybody wants to have drama. They don't want to see, I don't want to see my ex happy. Dude, my ex is happy, she happy. Cool. More power to you. And if
And you
I'm still
should want
solo and
that
she
for
happy with
them.
somebody else,
Yeah.
cool, more power to you. I don't care. That's not that's not the mentality that I need to have, because the thing is, even if the guy is there and if the guy is there and it's working and trying to make it happen, trying to make it work with, as far as the co-parenting is concerned, fantastic. You shouldn't have to worry about any type of drama coming into it as the step mom or stepdad, or it's just the new guy or new girl in the life, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And I like what Stacy said. Like, you know, we just say a street guy, but it's not about a street
We were just
dude.
using that as an example, but that's not what we
right.
trying to. We were just saying one extreme to the another. That was it.
Yeah, 100 on that. So, you know, let's get to the last question. Let's get to one of the last. I know we had a lot of questions and stuff like that. Let's get to that.
This flew by.
Yeah, you know, that's how we want it to be around here. You know.
Yes.
Let's see. What do we have last? What do we have? Okay. Let me go with this. True or false? Women will not accept the broke man. Woman will not accept the broke man. Now, I actually had something. I actually wrote something on there. Well, I had something longer. The sentence was longer, but it's more about like women will not accept a broke man, but a man will accept a broke woman and stuff like that. But I think it's true. I don't think women, especially our age, are accepting the broke man. You know, I know it's always, you know, there's certain circumstances, but you know what I'm saying, the age that we're at, you know, I think a man should be on his P's and Q's. I think he should have his situation straight. You know what I'm saying? Now you could get fired, you could lose your job and stuff like that. That stuff does happen or whatever. But I'm talking about financially broke, bro. I'm just talking about just broke, busted, no car, no job. Can't take out to eat, you know what I'm saying? He probably could, but it's gonna be a struggle. You know what I'm saying? They got to use her car or whatever, and it's just that's broke. You know what I'm saying? Broke mentally and financially, and you know, I think it's true. Well, I don't think females are dating broke guys or whatever, young or old. I mean, look, I'm finna go back to the high school days.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go back to the high school days. When I was in high school, it was dudes picking up chicks. You know what I'm saying? Picking up the hottest chicks in school, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, because why? Because they had the car, they had the money, and us high school dudes, we didn't have it at the time. You know what I'm saying? We out there standing in front of the school, and boom, here come homie picking up. You know what I'm saying? The chick that you like because he got the car already. You know what I'm saying? He don't have no curfew. He doing all these things, you know what I'm saying? So it just advanced. You know what
city
I'm
bus
saying?
about to come around, dude. We're about to hop on that bus.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'll be over there. I'm hopping on the bike, you know what I'm saying? Oh boy, he didn't already hit the house. You know what I'm saying? He didn't drove up, picked it up and stuff like that. You knocked on the door, she already gone. Baby, she gone. She didn't left with Tyrone. You know what I'm saying? Now you gotta ride all the way back. You know what I'm saying? So I think young or old females are not dating guys with no money, but I think guys are dating females with no money. You know what I'm saying? So, Brandy,
that's one of those. I think
Brandy. I don't know what Brandy thinks.
I'm waiting for Bear. Go ahead, Bear.
Okay, my only thing, I'm gonna say this real quick. I mean, I'm not even gonna stay long on this one. This one, I'm thinking is kind of like, okay, on the woman's side, for dating a broke man, it's like, I don't want to deal with another project. Some of these women, like you said, when we're talking about women that are like our age, late 30s, early 40s, you should have it down by now. I already have kids. I don't need to be raising another kid.
Oh, they always use that one too. I ain't raising nobody else. I ain't raising no.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've heard it. You know what I mean? So I've heard people going through it. So yeah. So, but as far as the guys dating a broke girl thing is concerned,
we got a caller, Bear.
Oh.
Hey, we got a caller?
Yes.
What's up, caller? What it do?
Hey, this is Trina.
Oh my God, Trina, don't be killing us right now. Trina, we vibing, all right? Don't be coming out here.
No, it's cool. Do your thing real quick. I'm just gonna say this and I'm going away.
Okay, go ahead.
False.
So?
False.
Wait, what part?
Because everybody that watches the show already know Floyd about to take it there. He just told us this story about these high school girls that they look fast selves multiple times. And all I'm saying is that at the end of the day, we still see young ladies and women that, people like, dang man, he go to work, he take her car, he drop her to work, he pick her up, he ain't got nothing to do all day. We still have people who we see that function that way. So don't make it like it's just a one-way thing. There are still, it sounds like you're trying to describe what some people would consider a bum, right? Bummy people, bums. And there are still women who, and y'all know how y'all say, oh, it ain't all about sex, but sometimes that's all they have to bring to the table,
Hit them with that
and
thing.
therefore that's all they bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? But some women do still, in fact, work and have men that maybe are in between jobs or just don't want to work. I mean, I'm thinking of some dudes right now who I know of who honestly, and I mean, don't work, but they definitely not single. So it does still happen. So I just want y'all to stop singling out the little females, because every time y'all throw y'all little example out there, it sways towards the females. And it's like there are people in both groups. There are women that are accepting what you may consider a broke man, and there are definitely men that, may get with a woman that's not financially stable either. It's both. A lot of your questions, the answer is both. That's it. Have a
No, I
great
was
night.
about to get to both sides though, Tree.
Oh no, I got you, man. This is Floyd. This is for him.
Oh man. Well, usually you get on Ken. Ken ain't here right now, so I guess I got to take the brunt for Ken.
Don't do that. Don't like me. Have him talking to us about me next time you're on here. I'm just saying it's both. So the answer is false.
Okay.
Bye, y'all.
So Trina think it was false. You know what I'm saying? That was the therapist. That's the therapist for the show. She said it was false, but I'm still gonna think it's true. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But she had valid points or whatever. But
yeah.
I just think, I think guys are more lenient to me as far as dating a female that don't have money, especially if the guy already is established and have his thing going or whatever. I think he's more lenient to, having that female, not having, as much money or, what I'm saying, a drive. But I mean, that's different as far as what he thinks about that female. He might want her for a certain thing. I don't know. That can vary. He might want her just for the house and have sex or whatever. Or he might try to, help her with her goals and help her achieve things. Who knows? Who knows what it might be? Actually, I did see a Tyler Perry movie one time like that, and he was like some head CEO, and the chick was like some maid or something, and they end up falling in love or whatever. Y'all ever seen that movie?
Yes.
It's okay. Brandy seen
Which
it.
one was that?
Talking about.
It's with Tandy Newton.
Yeah, she was like some maid or something.
She cleaned offices, and she was living out of her car with her daughter.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I know I probably saw it. I just can't. I just ain't.
I can't think of the name of it, but I know.
Yeah.
I know which one he's talking about.
Yeah, that's the movie I was talking about and stuff.
But one of the things I was gonna say before TRE called, man, was just the fact that she some guys who have like you were saying, like that Tyler Perry movie situation. Dude's a CEO. He's got this position of power. He's got all this money. Now all of a sudden he doesn't mind bringing in somebody who's broke.
Mr. Deeds.
Mr. Deeds, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Hey, y'all share this podcast.
He doesn't mind bringing
this
in
episode. Hey, Pernell, not Pernell. That's the homie Pernell. Hey, Carnell, man, share this show, man. Do me a favor, my G. 100. Yeah, Mr. Deeds. I ain't never knew it was called that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Oh, Mr. Deeds. I thought that was a Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah, it sounded seemed like it, but I don't know none of them Tyler Perry movie names. Most time I watch it in the middle of the show.
Good Deeds.
Oh, Good Deeds.
Good Deeds.
That sounds about right. That sounds right.
Oh, okay. That's
right.
a man with a low ass standards if you date a woman with nothing. If you want to be a Captain Save a blank, half hat.
Yep. Captain Save him, man.
Hey, don't save her. She don't wanna be saved.
Okay,
let's let Bear finish his thoughts.
Okay, my bad.
Oh no, that was pretty much it. I was just like, like that, like I was saying, that Captain Save him type situation. He likes that position of power, like he got something on her or something like that. That's how some guys think. Some women, they're like women who were like, oh, I don't want a project. And there are women who like, oh, I like this because I can actually make him the way I want him to be or whatever, like that, or I can fix him or something. There's validity on both sides of both
Yeah.
genders have this mindset of, oh, I can fix. I can, look what I can do. I can sprinkle my magic on them, and I can fix this person to be better, or I can fix this person to be not broke. I can make this use the Cinderella type mentality or whatever like that. So it's always there is both sides to it, but yeah.
Christine, that's a good question because I was thinking about that. When I said I was actually just thinking about that. Can you really fix a man?
You cannot fix a person. The person has
No.
to want to change from within, and they have to reflect
exactly.
on what they don't like. And this is what I want my life to be. So I don't think anyone should get into any situation thinking they can fix a person, change a person. Oh, well, they'll like it once they get with me. It's just setting yourself up for failure and disappointment.
Yeah, that
there
man got to want to fix
recognition
himself
on their
though.
side.
Yeah. I think if he wants to be fixed, if he's trying to do his thing and all that, then I think you can help him. You can you can probably help and guide him and give him that extra push and stuff like that. But he got to want it himself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that's with any person, man or a woman. I don't think you could fix them unless they want to be fixed. Okay, Jason Science thinks different. You got to have that dumb dick. Excuse me, mom. My bad, man. See, Jason, look, Jay, man, my mom watching this, dog. You know what I'm saying? And you got me saying that type of stuff. My bad, mom. But what he said, you got that dumb D. You can be broke with ambition and move like that. Y'all seen how Stella got a groove back. I I don't even know how that show ended on how Stella got. Did she end up with the dude or something like that? I don't know.
That's been so
like
long since I've seen that movie.
I don't know.
That movie like 30 years old. It's how broke he is. No car, no job, no house is going too far. I'm not your mother.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. See, that's same thing I was saying earlier.
I
mean, okay, so the three of us on this show, late 30s, early 40s. So at our age,
late 20s.
At our age, Floyd. So for me, I'm definitely not going to date you because my requirement is that you have what I have. If I go out and I go get it every day, then I'm expecting whoever I'm dating to do the same thing. That's number one. Yep. Number two, I have a lifestyle that I can afford for myself. So it's like, if you ain't got X, Y, and Z, you're not about to be living off of me and my lifestyle. And what do I look like going to work and you're sitting at home on my couch? Like, that's just, that just ain't happening. Now,
you gotta have a passport.
It does not have to stop saying that, Floyd. You said that last time I was on there. You're like,
I did.
Yes.
Okay, my bad.
You don't have to have a passport, but it would be nice if you could get a passport. Okay, so
you got it. You definitely
just don't have a criminal record that you can't have a passport.
You didn't you've been in like 30 countries. He can't be sitting on a couch and you out in Italy.
Well, I don't know. That might be helpful though. House sitter. Make sure that the plants get water.
Yeah, that is true.
The house will be fine by itself.
You got
No, but seriously, I just think that goes back to your goals and what do you want for yourself? What do you want out of life? Like, and if you don't have those things, then maybe you shouldn't be dating and you should be focusing on getting yourself together before you start dating. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, focus on because we all fall. You know what I mean? Like, if things happen, like especially if someone gets divorced, usually the man, it hits harder. So he may have to move back in with his mom. He may be paying child support, alimony. So sometimes you may not be able to have the money that you once had with that double income, or even just your own salary with new, priorities. So it doesn't matter if a person doesn't make as much money as me, but I just need to see that they are going out and they're grinding and they're taking care of their business. They're taking care of their children. They have their own home. They have a job. They're just working for that. Like, I'm not looking for someone to take advantage of me because they see that I may have something that they want, but they're not willing to go out and get it themselves. Like, I have to see the same thing that I do. I have to see that in you.
True. Yeah, fact. You got to match it or come close to it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we ain't got to have the same type of car. We don't have to have the same type of job, same salary. But it's like, there's everyone has a different definition of broke. So, but for the person who said no car, no house, no job, that's not someone who should, in my opinion, who should be dating at that point. They should be focusing
Yeah, that's
on
true. Like
getting
yeah,
themselves together.
you
So,
shouldn't be looking
Get a
for no
house,
but
kind of love right
and
now.
get a
yeah, but
job.
if I'm just making more money than you, that's not an issue because you're still going out and you're taking care of business, because I'm still going to be watching how you pay bills, like how, just different things, like, how do you handle your responsibilities with what you have? You don't have to have a lot. It's just as long as you're taking care of your business. That's more important to me than how much you're making, because you can always go back to school. You can always get a better job. That's not an issue. It's, do you have that discipline to wake up every morning and go take care of your business?
Yep. Yeah, discipline is very important. Uh, uh Jackie said men are definitely intimidated by a woman who makes more money
Nah,
than them. I think
I
that's
don't
certain,
agree.
man. Like,
I
baby,
think it
what?
depends on the man. That's not every
Double,
man, but
double up,
Yeah,
baby.
I
Gig
I
think
it.
think it
Go.
would depend
Get
on the person.
it.
those who are insecure, they're intimidated. But if you're
Yeah.
Yeah.
insecure in yourself, it's just like, hey, you make your money, it's all good. If anything, I'm supporting you to make sure that you keep on making that
Yeah,
money. I'm
keep
giving
making
you
that
your
money because if
flowers.
I'm doing my thing, hey, I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm gonna be
Yeah,
good with or without you. So I'm not intimidated by your money. If you bringing more money to the table, for sure, we finna live it up. We finna we finna take trips. We finna eat good. We finna live good. We finna build goals and dreams and all that type of stuff. So I'm not knocking you, just helping and
I
stuff like
think
that.
in some situations, maybe in the past, maybe they had a female that may have thrown it up in his face. That could be something. Some women do, like use that as control, but men also use that as control too. So it does go both ways. Sometimes people think, as a breadwinner, I can do certain things, I can get away
Mm-hmm.
with certain
Yep.
things. Um,
Yeah.
like, because I make the money, I make more money, so I can do this, or, but I don't think we should look down on anybody because they aren't making the same amount of money,
hmm
because different things and different, like, I remember dating someone where when we first started dating, I was making more money. And then a year later, he was making more money. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So I just think it depends on how responsible you are, what your goals are, and where you're looking to go. Like, if you're just trying to stay there and you're not trying to move up, that may be a problem in the future if we have different goals, because we can only do so much with so much money.
Yeah. True.
So at some point in time, both of us, not just one person, but both of us need to be trying to be elevating. And it's, what are we trying to achieve as a couple? What are our goals and where do
Exactly.
we want to go? So,
Yep.
um, eventually you have to decide, this lifestyle isn't, or this paycheck isn't working for me. I need to look into other options to get a better job, to provide for different things that I need. It shouldn't be just specifically to get a person. I don't ever think you should be trying to get someone solely based on money, because again, that person, they don't really want you for you.
Yeah.
They're just looking at you for money. So I just think,
yeah,
on your relationship, what you two decide. If you're both, somebody may be going back to school, and the woman is handling all the finances, and it could be the other way around, where the man is handling everything and the woman's going back to school. So I think individually it just depends on that person, but for me personally, you have to at least just be on my level.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? Like I was in Houston a weekend, man. Like what was I in River Oaks District or something like that? Man, that made me want to step my game up, man. All I seen was G wagons and Benzes, and I told myself, look, I gotta step it up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a goal for myself. You know what I'm saying?
right.
But yeah, like you said, like I think like at certain points you want to elevate in life. Um, as far as like some people they might be stagnant, they might be complacent in what where they are or whatever. But and I think you got to have that conversation also when you're talking to somebody like where like what do you want, what do you see in 5 years, what do you see, like the progression, like what do you want. And so like I say, you got to ask those proper questions so it won't lead to problems in the future, you know what I'm saying, because y'all didn't cross that, y'all didn't y'all tripped up on that hurdle, and y'all didn't ask that question and stuff like that. But man, we finna I hate to end shows because the conversation it'd be so dope, it'd be so good, man. But like I say, man, I appreciate y'all on this Friday chopping up with your boy almost an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying, on a Friday. Brandy, I know
Yeah,
you're
we're
a
going there,
very
mama.
busy woman. You know what
Stop
I'm saying?
it.
I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule.
Thanks for asking me to
Um,
come back. I was
yeah,
kind of
no doubt. You know
concerned.
what
You
I'm
didn't
saying?
ask me for a minute, so I thought
No, you've been busy. You've been
feeling
traveling the
some type
world and
of way
stuff.
about it. You
You've
know.
been traveling the world doing your thing. I just was letting you, just chill out and relax and and all that. But yeah, both of y'all always welcome, what I'm saying, to come on anytime, what I'm saying. So but I appreciate both of y'all for chopping up with your boy this week or whatever.
For sure, man. It was a good time as always.
All right,
As
I will
always.
see y'all soon. I will see y'all again.
All right.
All right, bet.
For sure.
Bye.
All right. So look, y'all, that was the show, man. That was episode 126, man. Our good men getting passed up. And like I said, you can watch this show over on Facebook. You can watch it on YouTube. And you can listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio. It's on everything. But you know what? We gonna be back next week. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, I got the homie Stacy Lewis. He might come on. He might chop it up. Hopefully, I might have the boy Ken come through, chop it up. Or if you want to be a guest, if you want to come on the show next Friday and chop it up, just hit my inbox and we can make something happen. You know what I'm saying? And you can be on the show and you can be, what I'm saying, having this conversation with different topics that we're gonna bring up, man. But look, I hope y'all have a great weekend. I hope y'all share the show, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody for tapping in and what I'm saying, chopping up with your boy. Yeah, man. That's how I like the vibe on the show, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we sitting at the lunch table just chopping it up, having a little dope conversation, and before you know it, man, the bell ringing and we gotta get to class. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I like the vibe to go, whatever. And like I said, everybody's opinion is respected, so I ain't finna argue with you on your opinion. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. You know what I'm saying? It's all respected on the show. It's all respected on the kickback, man. Um, oh man, today my boy birthday, man. Did I wish you a happy birthday, my G? I think I did wish you a happy birthday, man. But hey, man, let me wish you another happy birthday, man. I appreciate you for running another lap. You know what I'm saying, and having another year with us, man. And hopefully, you know what I'm saying, next year you can run a whole nother lap. You know what I'm saying, with us. You know what I'm saying. So appreciate you for chopping it up, man. My boy way in Atlanta, my boy Jay Size, man. But like next week, man, next Friday is gonna be a dope show too. Like I said, if you want to be a guest, if you want to come on, if you want to chop it up with your boy, you know what I'm saying, just inbox me. You know what I'm saying? We can make that happen. And look, check it out. Look, Saturday, I always say this, you know what I'm saying, but things be happening. But tomorrow on the kickback page only, man, we going live. You know what I'm saying? We talking about some things, and if you want to jump on a live or whatever, just hit the invite. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be like the podcast setting like right now. It's just going to be like a regular Facebook live. So if you want to jump in, chop it up with your boy on the kickback page only, man, we go wild. It's a couple of topics we gonna talk about, man. You know what I'm saying? So I will see y'all Saturday. I will see y'all tomorrow, man. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe. Y'all have a good night, man. And until then, you know what I'm saying? I holla 100.